Hi, singles, and welcome to your Love Romance Tarot reading. In this reading, we're going to look at your next romance that's coming into your life, and we're going to delve into the soul contract that you have with this person to see how this relationship will unfold and, what it's meant for you at a soul level, life lessons, all of those things. So, I'm going to use several decks, but I want you guys to choose your own deck for this reading. And right here we have the Karmic and Twin Flames Oracle as the primary oracle deck I will use, also with the Lover's Tarot deck. So that is option 1. Option 2 is the Romance Angels with the Relationship Connections Tarot. The third option is Love Story Romance Oracle with the Romantic Tarot. And the last option is the Relationship Oracle with Love's Journey Romance Tarot. So you decide, which oracle and tarot deck you feel is going to tell your story about the next romance coming into your life. I will start with this first set here. If you are drawn into the other sets, there are timestamps below. Hello there. So for this reading, I am going to use this crystal to represent you and this crystal to represent your next romance coming into your life. And throughout the whole reading, I'm going to have an intention of deep and great blessing for the two of you and your love story and the journey that you shall share this lifetime. So this is you and your next romance in your purest form. All right. Let's pull a chakra card to start this off to see which chakra you guys have your deepest connection this lifetime. Okay, it looks like we got a few chakras coming through. All right, what do we have here? We have the throat chakra, communication, the root chakra, abundance, and then another throat chakra for life purpose. So you and this new romance coming into your life are connected at the root, which tells me you guys may have some past life karma, past life energy connections, because root chakra is all about your roots, like the absolute depth of you. And then with the throat chakra coming through, we have communication and life purpose. So this is a very significant romance coming in, this next romance that's showing up in this reading for you guys, because the throat chakra is actually, just as spiritual as, the third eye or the crown chakra, because, this is speaking about special communication that you and this person will share. And there could be an element of telepathy, but it's like you guys are really going to understand each other in a way that, people don't usually get you or people don't usually get them. And then we have life purpose here. So through this union, you both really come into your own on some level where you feel much more grounded and rooted and have much more direction in your life and like plans for the future than you did prior to this union. And this is 21 and 22, so that's a beautiful progression. And then here, with abundance coming out and it's 8, infinity, you and this person are meant to have a very comfortable life together. And it could be through this relationship, the two of you, build some sort of dream or goal or do your own business, okay? This relationship, and it creates a lot of abundance and comfort for the two of you. Or it could be that one of you is quite well off coming into this relationship, and the one who has more abundance resources helps the other one establish themselves and really find their life path, their life purpose. But the most significant thing I'm picking up is the way that you guys communicate and understand each other. All right, so we'll put these chakras up here. And now I want to, and I don't want those to glare on you guys, but there's 3. All right, let's take a look at this new romance's energy. I'm just going to pull a major arcana. Okay, so we have justice. This could potentially be a Libra coming into your life, but this is somebody who is very honest and fair. They might be a little rigid, a bit black and white, like there is no gray area. This is somebody who's going to be very strong in their beliefs, whatever they are, religious beliefs, political beliefs, morals, standards, okay? And it's a very high bar with this person. This is somebody who does the right thing even when nobody's looking. They're just very honest. I feel that so strongly, like you can trust what this person says. But in that space, somebody who's very honest, sometimes they can come across as a little bit cold or lack empathy and compassion in the delivery of what they have to say at times. And again, a bit of like being rigid in their thinking. It's black or it's white, but this person is very solid. Could also have a career like in, justice or law enforcement, keeping the order of sorts. And I want to pull a card to see if Spirit will give us some timing on this connection when you meet this person. Okay, angel guidance, a sign is feathers. So Spirit is not giving us direct insight to timing, but there's a significance about angels with this person as well as feathers. Feathers are a sign from your angels that they are near. So keep that in perspective. When you're meeting somebody new, if there's some sort of synchronicity around angels or feathers, that is a sign that this person is something special. All right, so let's take a look at your journey with this person, and this is going to be the Karmic and Twin Flames Oracle deck. Sacred moments, shift perception, true forgiveness, connection mistaken as twin flame, and sexual attachment. Okay, so what I see going on with this connection is it is something very special and significant, like I said, but it doesn't come without its issues. And what I feel goes on with this relationship, and we're going to pull the tarot, is right away it's an instant connection, okay? But there are like fundamental differences within the two of you. It could be your culture, your background, your heritage, your religious beliefs, your political beliefs. There's just something that is very, very different, like opposites attract almost. And that I feel is a cause of friction at times in the beginning. So you have this beautiful connection that's undeniable, yet you guys have this unalignment due to just like how opposite you are about something. And don't fear, because with shift perception and true forgiveness, you guys will work through that. It's part of the lesson for this relationship. And also overcoming the difficulty and shifting perception allows the relationship to root in stronger. And through that process, you may feel like, oh well, this was just because the connection is so amazing, and then we have this trouble. You might be like, oh well, this is not my twin flame, it's just we have really good relations with each other. But that's not the truth at all. The truth is you guys are meant to shift through whatever this incompatibility is initially, and it's really like both of you have to kind of bend for each other and become more fluid in your beliefs and the way that you go about things. And that's hard at first, but ultimately it shapes you both into better people, like more evolved individuals mentally and emotionally. So there is a bit of a struggle, but it's more about your differences, okay? And there may be some question about the connection because of that, but no, this is true blue, real connection. Let's pull some tarot and dig deeper, and then we're going to go into your soul contract. Well, the Three of Pentacles wanted to jump out. And so when you guys are like on the same page, you guys have an amazing connection and flow of energy. Under Shift Perception, we have Ace of Wands. So, you know, this challenge, this friction is really a soul lesson coming through as the Ace of Wands, a soul lesson that you intended to experience through each other. And again, we'll look at that more in the soul contract, but there's just a confirmation of that for me. And now we have the Star coming through with true forgiveness. So any of this friction, like you guys will move beyond it, okay? And true forgiveness. And it's like in that shifting and overcoming your differences, you guys grow closer and you just have a different respect for each other, a deeper honor for each other, especially with that Star coming out. There's something about this connection that feels like you guys were written in the stars. And now we have the Eight of Swords. And lastly, the Empress. Don't let, you know, differences and challenges make you think this is not the one, or that this is a waste of time, because it doesn't look like crazy, but you know, this is Spirit's bringing this up so that you know this difference between the two of you is honestly a soul lesson that you guys signed up for this lifetime. And once that's achieved, you break out of this uncertainty about each other. But you guys have a very strong connection, not only at the soul, but you also have a lot of physical chemistry and connection as well. So let's dig a little bit deeper into this, you know, soul contract, this issue that I see right here. And again, it does not feel like this huge, crazy deal. So the Two of Lessons comes out, and this is like a repeating lesson, what you guys experience with each other. You guys have experienced this lesson in other relationships, and it will repeat in this relationship for the finality of it, for the completion of it, okay? So that's one reason why it's here. Next is the Nine of Lessons. So there's a lot of either you or this person has this like fear of like when things get going tough, like everything's gonna fall apart. One of you really does fear that, and part of this lesson is to overcome that, because we have Two of Lessons, Nine of Lessons, so lessons right out the gate. And now we have the Manifestations Healer, which is beautiful, that comes under the Star, and true forgiveness. So again, this unalignment, these differences, you guys are meant to overcome them, and there's a great healing and deepening of the connection in doing so. Next is the Lessons Mentor, okay? Connection mistaken as twin flame, Eight of Swords, and Lessons Mentor. Also this, I feel either you or this person was in a relationship that was very intense, very deep, and may have thought like, this is my soulmate, this is my twin flame, this is the one I'm meant to be with. And it turned out that that relationship was absolutely treacherous and hard and painful. And so some of the incompatibility between the two of you may make one of you a little bit nervous or shy, like, you know, what I've been through last time was just super intense, and there's still like a lot of fear-based energy energy around that, you know, past relationship and somebody getting really burned, because the lessons mentor is the hardest mentor of this deck. And, you know, just as what's depicted in the image, it's very painful, what takes place in that relationship. So one of you, or maybe both of you, experience that type of relationship and connection before coming together. So it makes you a little nervous with, you know, the different incompatibilities or disagreements that you have, that, oh, this is just the same thing as before because the connection's so strong. But it's not. That's why we've got to shift perception and come full circle in that life lesson that you've been working on, as well as a deeper soul lesson attached behind it. All right. And now we have the Five of Manifestations, and this is all about rebuilding with the Empress. So this connection is very nourishing and healing for both of you. Again, one of you, I feel, got incredibly burned in a past relationship, or both of you could have had a very similar experience, but that does play a bit into this connection. However, you guys overcome this together, because I mean, we got the sacred moments and the Three of Pentacles. That means this is a very solid attachment, solid connection, and then being attached at the throat chakra. And again, I do feel like one of you may have more abundance, more resources, more established in life, and the other one, through this connection, finds their path, or the two of you coming together really define and find your life purpose through each other in this connection, and you overcome a lot of heavy stuff from past relationship, one relationship specifically, and there's deep healing. Okay, so this little bit of friction is more about, you know, overcoming fear-based energies that are still present, I feel, from a previous connection, because this is very beautiful, what I see going on between you and this person. And again, this person's very honest and fair and true, so I don't feel like they would lie to you or hurt you in this capacity, or let you down in that capacity. If anything, I feel like this comes from a previous relationship, which makes one of you or both of you a little afraid because of how intense this connection is initially. And but you work through it. You're meant to come full circle with each other and, you know, heal and evolve beyond that old energy. Again, this looks very beautiful to me, so I'm going to pull 3 more cards. Oh, okay. Yeah. Some of you felt this very same type of connection. The way that you feel it, just when you meet this person, it's just like boom, and it freaks you out because of having that connection like that so quickly with somebody else and really getting burned. Okay, or they are. But look at what also jumped out with this intimate conversation. So you guys will have really good communication, a lot of trust between the two of you, and you guys work this out. You're able to talk about this, and again, this person wouldn't sneak around behind your back. That's just not who they are. Eternally yours. Sacred love. And insecurity and jealousy. Yep, see, there it is. And where does that land? On top of that, lessons mentor. So yeah, this is a beautiful relationship and connection. And really, it's like overcoming like stuff that didn't happen in this relationship, but something about your connection or different arguments, incompatibilities you have, makes one or both of you afraid. Oh, this is just what I've been through this before, and this is just going to be the same. No, it's not. We have eternally yours, sacred love. And this relationship at the soul level, the soul contract, was intended for you both to overcome any sort of insecurity, jealousy, emotional baggage from a past relationship, which was incredibly intense. It's like, this is the past, and then this is what you guys are together, coming together. It's very beautiful blend of energy. And again, once you overcome this, you're solid, okay, and blessed by the angels, this connection. So very lovely. Just, you know, when this happens, remember this reading and say, okay, this is, you know, a soul lesson that we're working on, that we signed up for, and we'll get through this, because to me, this is a connection that's meant to last. Absolutely, especially with the Empress moving into the future energy. That's just complete abundance and prosperity and nurturing and compassion and tenderness, and, you know, moving on from ruins, from wreckage of a past into a beautiful future. So those are your messages for this first set of decks. I think this looks very beautiful. Spirit did not give us anything about timing, and that may be because it's going to be quite different for most of you. One thing I will say is, you know, card 21 is a 3. We have the 3 of Pentacles, and then the Empress is a 3. So I would say maybe 3 weeks, 3 months from now. You know, there's definitely something around the 3rd, like 3 or the 3rd of the month. So like 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months. Let's hope it's not 3 years, or like the 3rd day of a month. Okay, so those are your messages. I am sending you lots of love and light. Take care. Hello there. All right, so for this reading, I am going to use this as your energy, and this is the energy of your next romantic partner. And throughout the whole reading, I'm setting an intention for deep, deep blessings for this relationship, this next romance coming into your life. So this is you and your next romance in your purest form. So let's get right into your reading. We're going to look at how you guys connect, and then the way your relationship unfolds, as well as the soul contract that the two of you have. So let's start with a chakra card and see which chakra you guys are connected to this lifetime, or connected at this lifetime. Oh, we've got the sacral chakra coming through, and creativity. So this is a very passionate, electric, magnetic connection. There's a lot of physical attraction. There is a lot of chemistry between the two of you, but also you both are going to be each other's greatest inspirations, especially those of you who are like artists or super creative. This person's like your muse, or you're like their muse, okay? A lot of inspiration, and I almost feel that you guys are very opposite of each other. Like one of you might be somebody who prefers more of a freer lifestyle, and maybe bartends and sells artwork on the side, and the other person works in an office, you know, might be like a CFO or something, you know. I just see a big vast difference, and that could also be like your cultures or your backgrounds are vastly different from each other, but you guys just blend very nicely. I don't feel like that's an issue whatsoever, and that's why you draw such you know, creativity and inspiration from each other, is because of like how different you guys are. It's a source of your strength. And also coming through at the sacral, this is probably going to be the best lover you ever had. All right, just going to put that out there with this. So let's take a look at this person and their energy. I'm going to pull just a major arcana for that. Okay, so we've got the Magician coming through. This is somebody who is very, very clever, can be a bit tricky at times. They're an amazing manifester, you know, just depending on where they're at in their life journey. This is somebody who has the potential of really reaching a high point of emotional and mental maturity, and really learning how to harness their energy. Like everything they touch turns to gold. Everything they set their mind to, they're able to accomplish and finish in amazing ways. This person's very resourceful as well, and there is like this element of magic about them, and again, they feel quite opposite of you. Okay, let's pull a card and see if Spirit will give us some information about timing on meeting this person. Okay, so we have beyond time, and the sign is coins. So what Spirit's letting us know here is this relationship is, it was already conceived of before either one of you incarnated. You guys have spent many lifetimes together, just with beyond time coming through, and we have coins. So there's going to be some synchronicity or significance with this person, and like coins, they may collect coins. Maybe you meet them like at a casino, or coins on the ground. There's just a very big significance of coins, and also Spirit saying beyond time, like this relationship extends this lifetime and goes, beyond what you can comprehend, and that's probably why this connection feels so electric. This doesn't give us any information about timing, but we're going to pull more cards. So let's pull from the romance angels and see what comes out there, kind of, looking at the course of this relationship. Separation, time apart from your partner is on the horizon. I have not used my romance angel cards in a long time. It almost feels like a new deck to me. Make sure I don't want it to glare on you guys. So yes, that. Okay. And next we have playfulness. Playfulness to recapture romance. Allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. Attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. And calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. All right, I have kind of two feelings, and since this is a general read, I'm going to express both of them, okay? The strongest one, if this was a personal reading, what I would say is you already know this person. You've had some sort of connection in the past, maybe a friendship, maybe a few dates, or maybe it was more serious, and there is a separation. But, timing and the universe brings you back together, like through the law of attraction, and because you have calling in your soulmate and you have attraction, so you guys are like pulled back together. And with this playfulness here is when you come back together, whatever transpired between the two of you in the past isn't significant. It's like you move into a whole new vibe of energy, and it's very fun, it's very inspirational, it's silly, it's sexy, it's hot, it's you guys, I feel, are very distracted by each other when you come back into union. Now for others of you, what I feel about this separation is you guys live in different locations, and maybe you meet online, or you both work for the same company, just in different locations, and you're brought together by the company for some reason, or maybe some of you are on vacation, or you're studying abroad. It's just for some of you, this is where you guys initially, you don't live in the same area, like there's separation, or maybe one of you is like in the military and home on some sort of leave when you meet, and then they have to go back. All right, but no fear, because you stick it out. You guys will make it through any sort of distance or temporary separation due to life circumstances. The law of attraction, the universe will always bring you together, because you have a deep soul contract, but you guys go back lifetimes with each other. So let's pull some tarot. Six of Thoughts, freedom, moving on, transition. Divine feminine of thoughts, honest, intelligent, talented. So this could represent an air sign, a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Next is the Nine of Emotions, blessing, magic, synchronicity. And remember, coins, there is synchronicity around coins with this person. And they, I mean, coming through as the divine feminine of thoughts as well as the magician, this person is very intelligent. And I was kind of picking up on this, but now that I see this, those of you who are females and this is a male coming into your life, he is going to be like more metrosexual, more tuned in to his divine feminine, his sacral chakra. Okay. He's going to be a bit more sensitive. Doesn't mean he's like a sap or anything, but he's definitely connected to his divine feminine energies within. All right, now we have the Ace of Thoughts, breakthrough, confessions, illumination. Eight of Thoughts, blinded, projections, restrictions. And lastly, we have Two of Flames, mirror, love, soulmates. Oh, look at that. Okay. So what do we have here? Okay, so those of you where, you know, you already know this person and you're separated from them, with the Six of Thoughts, this is you guys like coming back together, and it, you know, it's a transition. So you guys are going into a whole different energy than what you had in the past. And, you know, again, this person's clever, resourceful, but also very, very intelligent and talented. So they might actually be the more like artsy, free spirit type of energy that I'm picking up in this reading. And then with the Nine of Emotions, blessing, magic, synchronicity, sitting under playfulness, and then the breakthrough, like the connection and the vibe that you guys have, it feels like there is a lot of this like passion, but you guys feel like buddies, like silly, like pranking each other, and just really enjoying life, like bringing out the inner child in each other. One of you is very, very silly, just a jokester, a prankster, big time. And, you know, and it's not overboard. It just makes the relationship a lot of fun. And here with breakthrough, confessions, illuminations, that's where I'm saying you're each other's greatest inspirations. And, you know, different things and setbacks that you've had in the past, through this connection and this relationship, you guys really break out of different molds. And your thoughts, like you guys show each other different like ways of life, different ways of being, that opposite energy, but at the same time, look at that mirror, love, soulmate. You guys feel like you're absolutely meant to be. So this relationship coming together, you know, a reconciliation, meeting up again, it's beautiful this time around. Those of you that live in like separate locations, I do see that as just a very, very temporary thing right here with the Six of Thoughts. Okay, so let's pull some cards to look at your soul contract a little bit. Five of Intuition, Manifestations Mentor, the Passage, and this is all about your past life energies with each other right there. Next is the Starseed, hey! And lastly is Lesson Spirit Guide. Okay, this is really good. Wow. So, you know, we did pick up that you guys have this eternal relationship and connection. You've had many lifetimes together, and, you know, here it is coming in again. This is the point now where it's time to call in this soulmate. They're meant to align in your journey. And, you know, seeing this manifestations mentor and the star seeds and then the lessons spirit guide. One of you is, well, I'm going to have to, it's not just one of you, it's both of you, because this is the soul contract that we're looking at. You know, are spiritually gifted, and, you know, if you really identify as a star seed, then here you go. Like this person is also that. And, you know, for others that won't apply since this is a general reading, this to me is significant of all the lifetimes that you guys have shared with each other. And you are each other's greatest teacher. All right. But what I do see is this separation, whether it's you had met and you went your separate ways and you come back together, or you initially kind of like are not in the same location. There is some sadness around that, but what I see is it causes both of you to get much more grounded and focused about like your future. So those of you that don't live in the same location, you guys are going to make it happen in really powerful ways. Okay. And again, let me see. This magician, I feel, has a lot to teach you about like manifesting, making magic, setting intention. Because like I said, they feel like, you know, when they're in that vibe, they're in that space and they have their mind right, everything they touch turns to gold. And I feel like they teach you that as well. Okay. And then we have this passage coming through, which is talking about past life energy. There's a beautiful awakening that comes into play when you guys come into union, this solid union, and you awaken at the soul, both of you. And that might be what this illumination and breakthrough is about. And there's a spirit guide that's here to, you know, make sure everything that you guys want to achieve with each other this lifetime plays out and unfolds. And really, I feel like when you guys come together, this is a really nice connection. There's a lot of flow. There's a lot of harmony here. And if anything, the sadness comes from being separated at some point, or that you guys are in the same location upon coming together, because you are soulmates. You've got that right there, soulmate calling in your soulmate, like you're absolutely meant to be. And it was written before you even incarnated into this life. And some of you have a mutual spiritual mission to do with each other. And with the star seed coming out, you know, those of you that identify as such, here is your confirmation of that. Wow. Let's pull some more cards. Children, your love life is being affected by children. This to me is either talking about like there's children involved, like yours or theirs, or you guys are going to have some children together, or, you know, bringing out each other's inner child that I was picking up on, that silliness, that playfulness, that tenderness, that gentleness. If anything, I feel it's more about that. Like this is, even though you're grown people, this is the way your hearts connect with each other, is in this type of space, this energy. Next is healing family issues, your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. So, you know, like I said, I don't see much tragedy in the like soul contract. I don't see a whole lot of like life lesson. You are the greatest teachers to each other, but it's not in that painful way. It's really not. It's like you guys coming together helps heal both of you from some emotional baggage that you have from family, maybe even going all the way back to your childhood. And now finance and career, financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. And so for you, maybe you struggle a little bit with your finances, just having different setbacks, because again, this partner feels like they're very stable and sturdy in that department. They're very resourceful. They're very clever. They manifest very well. And so that could be something that they really bring into your life, is to awaken you to your soul wisdom, and you get on that same wavelength, and you are able to better manifest things for yourself. Because again, this person really really inspires you in the deepest way, which, you know, changes your perception, changes what you're reaching for. And so when you guys come together, there is a lot of healing, and it's just a very like gentle relationship. It doesn't feel like there is a lot of friction that goes on between the two of you. If anything, this relationship is for ultimate healing for the two of you from going through that type of energy in the past. So let's pull a couple more tarot. So Two of Thoughts, blocked, denial, ego, and that comes out under the children. So there is like some emotional baggage for sure in one of you, if not both of you, that stems back to childhood, which I'm not surprised to see with this star seed. And so I feel many of your life lessons, like those really painful ones, are learned before you guys come into union. This is a union that's meant to be very healing and uplifting and empowering for you. Next is Six of Flames, admired, noticed, spotlight. This is how the person sees you. You know, you are everything to them. They honor you at the deepest part of their soul. And lastly, the Three of Thoughts, third party deception, deep sadness. This is what this relationship helps you heal from, as well as you helping them heal from, you know, challenges of their past. So as far as timing goes, let's see if Spirit will give us that. I'll pull a couple more of these. All right, so we have Mastery, sign at 1212. So this means that this relationship comes into your life when you could have completed some sort of mastery within yourself. And 1212 is a sign that you will start seeing leading up to the meeting of this person. And remember, coins are also significant. Now we have 41, the finish, sign 1212. Look at that. Oh my goodness. And then the next card out is Sagittarius and spiritual recharge. So I hate to say this, but Sagittarius is actually, it starts in November, but it goes through most of December. So many of you, this relationship is coming in December. I mean, we've got 12, 12, and then we've got 12, and then look, this is card 21, and that would be 12 if you flipped it the other way. And then that would, you know, 12 is a 3. We've already passed March, and obviously you haven't met this person or you wouldn't be watching this reading right now. So for many of you, this relationship comes, I feel, towards the end of the year in the month of December. But because we do have mastery and the finish coming in, some of you may be like, again, once you complete this soul lesson and you're just about there with the finish, then this relationship comes in. But definitely by December. We're already in April. I'm sorry. I know nobody wants to wait until December, but you know, that's what Spirit's saying. You have something to complete first at a soul level, and you know, then there's this element of spiritual recharging, and then you come together with this person, and they could be a Sagittarius as well. I mean, that could be what the sign 1212 is about, is that they're a Sagittarius. Okay, so there's a few different ways you can read this message as timing, but I would say definitely by December. All right, so those are your messages for this reading. I am wishing you guys all the very best. Take care. Hello there. So for this reading, I'm going to use this crystal to represent your energy, and this crystal to represent your partner coming in to this reading. And you know, before we begin, we're going to set an intention for a lot of positive energy and love to surround this connection between the two of you. Okay, so this is the representation of the two of you in your purest form coming in for this reading. All right, so let's look at the chakra you guys are most connected at this lifetime. Okay. Okay, look at how beautiful that is. And I just want to point out, look at the crystals are very similar. Do you see that? Yay! You guys are soulmates. Your love story is written in heaven. You're coming through connected at the third eye chakra, which tells me your connection is something quite special. You guys are probably going to have telepathic communication with each other. Okay, that's where you pick up on their thoughts and their emotions. They pick up on your thoughts and your emotions. You both are going to have a bit of a spiritual awakening coming in to this connection, and this relationship is of a higher vibration of energy. Okay, it's very it's up there. All right, so this right here is like your next real romance. There may be some, you know, toads in between, but we're gonna pull some cards for timing and stuff. But man, this right here is definitely your soulmate coming through at the third eye. And then the crystals, just being very synchronistic of the crystals I'm using for this reading. It's like I just paired in heaven is what I feel. Paired in heaven. Oh, okay. Let's pull a card to look at your partner's energy, this next romance. Okay, so we've got the World coming through. Several different things with this card. This is somebody who is very knowledgeable, very wise, very worldly, can have a lot of intelligence about many different subjects. Okay, this is not somebody who has you know, just lived in the same town their whole life. This is somebody who potentially has traveled the world, worked all over the world. And also with this card, this could also mean that this person is completely different culture than you are. So like maybe you're born in America and they're born in like, you know, Asia somewhere. Okay, you guys are like vastly different in culture. So because this is a general reading, that's why I'm giving you some multiple meanings with this card, because I do feel this will come in a few different ways for you guys. And lastly, some of you may meet this person while you're traveling, or they're traveling here where you live, or maybe you guys work for the same company but in different locations of the you know, country or the world, and you guys are coming together for some work function and you meet that way. But even if this person has a different culture than you, or you know, lives in a different state or country than you do, they are very well rounded. This is not somebody who is wet behind the ears. In fact, they might actually be older than you. Okay, very mature, wise person right here. Okay, let's pull a card and see if Spirit will give us anything about timing. And if not, we'll try again, but just to see what Spirit has to say when we first ask. Okay, so we have 6, harmony, 666. What this means is the month of June for some of you, like between June and July. This could be 6 days from now, 6 weeks from now, 6 months from now, or the month of June. But the fact that this is coming out as harmony, this is your connection. You guys are just like a perfect fit. This is not a relationship where you look like you're going to have a lot of struggle. We'll pull more cards, and we're going to look at your soul contract as well. But so far, this relationship, again, I just keep hearing like written in heaven, which is quite interesting. So let's pull some, you know, love story oracle and see, or love's journey, love story, romance. I get that confused with the tarot deck. Solo journeys, and this is the person you marry. Look at that. Guilt. Separated. And And you may have already met this person, my friends. Outside influences. Okay, you may have already met this person and like living in separate locations, or if you guys have very different like cultures and backgrounds, you know, that could cause some interference. But what I feel is because we have separated with outside influences here, so something I feel when you initially met caused this relationship to separate. It could be, again, your different ethnicities, or it could be that you live in different locations and it's just too hard, or one of you had a lot going on, had a lot on their plate, and, you know, whoever caused the separation has a lot of guilt, whether that was you or that's this person. Okay, I feel like you already know them. For those of you, you know, that tuned into this third reading, and because this is general, I'm just trying to see if Spirit's giving me anything. The only thing is if you don't know this person, again, it's the same message where I feel like circumstances might separate you, but the universe is going to bring you back together, because this right here, solo journeys end. This is the person you marry. And once this connection is established upon meeting, it will never leave either one of you. And that's why you'll come back together, whether you initially met, separated, and now Spirit's saying, you know, here with the 6, you're coming back together in June, 6 days, 6 weeks, 6 months, okay? Or it could be you meet this person and just due to like different circumstances outside of the relationship, and I don't feel like it's that you guys are involved with other people, it's just one of you might be really busy or living in different locations, or, you know, it's something external separates you, and it may be that you're separated for 6 weeks or 6 months or until the month of June, all right? But the universe brings it back together because you marry this person right here. Let's pull some tarot and dig a little bit deeper. I feel like I need to do a shuffle. So we have the Sun, could be a Leo. We have the King of Swords, so we got some air energy, could be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Next is the Ten of Cups, that is the happiness. Next is Temperance, so that's some fire energy, maybe a Sagittarius. And lastly, we have the Knight of Swords. So there is strong air energy, strong air, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and then some fire, which would be Leo or a Sag. What I see here, yeah, this relationship, you guys are, and look at what would be next, the Six of Cups. Some of you meet, and it's like you can't initially be together. You know, there is some form of separation that goes on here. But you guys, the universe pulls you back, because once you meet each other, there is no forgetting each other. So I do see, like with the Six of Cups, this reconciliation, this reunion. So you either meet and, you know, there's a period of separation before we're like truly game on, or you've met in the past, separated because of external, you know, circumstances, and, you know, now with the 6 being significant for timing, you come back together. And look at, this is another 6. So yeah, June, 6 weeks or 6 months from now, like it's very significant for you and this person. And maybe you guys live in separate locations, and this separation isn't about you guys like not being together, you're just physically separated, but you overcome that in this time frame of like 6 weeks, 6 months, June, where we're no longer apart from each other. And I'm telling you, this is the one that you marry. So let's look at your soul contract. And again, I feel this person is older than you, because they're coming through as the World, and then we have the King of Swords, and then we have the Knight of Swords. So I'm seeing your partner as the King of Swords and you as the Knight of Swords. Like, I feel they're definitely older than you. Okay, for soul contract, first thing out is the upgrade. And you know, clarity is number 25, which would be a 7, and this is card 7. So June, July is significant here. But with the upgrade being part of your soul contract, this relationship is definitely carries with it different spiritual activations that expand you into like higher energies, both of you. And 5 of manifestations. One of you has been through a really hard relationship, and this connection is like the rise from ruins, like you're happy ever after, like moving on to bigger and better things into this relationship. Next is the 3 of intuition, and this is just speaking again about the third eye, as well as the spiritual activations that you guys will have with each other. This relationship feels more loving and supportive. I mean, we got the 10 of Cups there. That's the ultimate happiness. Now we have the Phoenix rising again. So rising from ruins there in the 5 of manifestation, and then the Phoenix rising here. So one or both of you has been through hell and back, just with life circumstances or in a very particular relationship. And that's why this relationship feels of a higher caliber, because you guys aren't meant to have all those you know, heavy life lessons in this connection. You guys are beautiful soulmates, meant to come together much higher frequencies in a very loving, supportive type of connection where there's more harmony than there's not. And again, it's for this spiritual activation. And look at next card, 3 of activations coming through. So who you are when you meet, you completely transform into another person as well as they do. And big time third eye activation, you have that there, and then you've got the third eye here, and then you know the 3 of activations. I'm just seeing like the third eye again. So you guys activate each other 100%. Okay, you guys are soulmates in the sense of this relationship is meant to grow you spiritually, and it's not those heavy life lessons of spiritual growth. This is truly where you're awakened, you're activated, and you guys connect at the soul, at the heart and soul, which is a much different bond than, you know, the physical, chemical attraction you have with somebody. You guys just run really deep, and once you meet, there's no forgetting each other whatsoever. So we do have a lot of timing around the 6th, so like June, July, or 6 weeks, 6 months. But let's see if Spirit will give us any more information about that, since this is a general reading. Okay, so we've got reward, sign 888. And that could be, you know, 8 weeks, 8 months. But I'm really feeling like between June, July, and August is prime time for this relationship to come back together, or for you to meet this person. Next is 22 lessons, sign Capricorn. And this is like certain life lessons have to play out and transpire in your life before you guys could actually come into union. And again, this separation may be the final wrapping up of some of those life lessons. And lastly, we have the Trinity, a sign 333. So third eye coming in again, but also Spirit wanting to say for some of you, very strong of like, you know, between 6 to 8 weeks, 6 to 8 months, June, July, August, or for some of you, this is saying 3 weeks to 3 months from now, okay? So 6s and 3s being significant as far as timing, and then what happens is this beautiful union, this soulmate union, this coming together. All right, let's pull a couple more cards about the journey of this relationship. Divine timing. In my heart. Yeah, even in separation, there's no forgetting each other. and messages, constant communication. So the separation feels more, and look at date invitation is next. The separation feels more about like life circumstances and certain things needing to be handled and wrapped up. Again, you meet, there's some sort of disconnection, but you come back together because this is your one. Like you marry this person and it's a beautiful relationship. It's about timing. So just remember that any sort of separation, and for some of you this separation is just because you're in different locations, or again like somebody was home from military and they've got to go back, but they will return. And it's like once you meet, there's no forgetting each other. You're always in my heart and we're always going to communicate. It's just really a matter of timing. And then it's like, you know, happily ever after. It doesn't mean you never fight or have arguments, but this relationship is much more soul-based than anything else. And in that place, there's a lot of honor and respect for each other. And you both are meant to have multiple spiritual activations through your love and your connection and your union. All right, so those are your messages. For those third decks, I am sending you guys lots of love and light. Take care. Hello there. All right, so for your reading, I am using this crystal right here to represent your soul and your energy, and this crystal right here to represent the soul and energy of the romantic partner that is coming into this reading, your next relationship. So we will set an intention for nothing but love and positive vibes to surround this relationship and connect you guys and bringing you guys together. So we will put you both up here. This is a representation of you and your romantic partner, or your coming in romantic partner, your next romance in your purest form. So let's pull a chakra card and see which chakra you guys are predominantly connected to this lifetime. Oh, wow. You guys have this star soul chakra coming out with a divine wisdom. This is a very special relationship that is coming into your life. This is a soulmate, okay? And coming through as connection at the star soul chakra, you guys are meant to really teach each other a lot of spiritual lessons, or you're meant to have a lot of activation and spiritual awakening in your relationship with each other. And on top of that, this relationship is a higher frequency of connection. This isn't like a game playing type of relationship. You know, we're going to pull more cards to see how you meet and when and all of that. But this here is like the real deal, your soulmate, a very mature, wise, grown connection, because you guys are connected at the star soul chakra. Wow. All right, let's pull a card to look at their energy. Who is this person? They are coming through as the Hermit. So this could be a Virgo, or this is somebody who is very private, okay? They could have social media accounts, but they're not gonna be putting all their business up on their social media at all. They're more of an introvert. That doesn't mean, you know, they could be at a party, they could be the life of the party, they could have a few drinks and be a lot of fun, but for the most part, they're an introvert. They prefer their own energy over large crowds, or having a lot of social interaction. They're also quite wise. They've been on a spiritual quest. And again, this is not somebody who is going to play games with you, play with your heart, play with your mind. No, they're very mature. They're wise. They may even be older than you, coming through as the Hermit. And if they're not older than you, it's just, this is a reflection of their depth within. They are not somebody who acts impulsively or aggressively. They're very methodical. They feel very spiritual and wise to me. Okay, let's pull a card and see if Spirit will give us anything about timing with this person. All right, well, Spirit gave us 3 cards. What are they? Let's take a look. Okay, so we have a new path coming through as the sign of Aries. The sun is currently in Aries, so, and will be in Aries until I think around like the 19th of April. So some of you may meet this person within the next couple weeks, which, you know, you'd probably meet him online, but you never know. Some of you, you know, meeting within the next few weeks. Some of you, this person could be an Aries, new path. This feels like a newer energy to me, like somebody you haven't met before in this lifetime. And now we have before time, deja vu. So upon your meeting this individual, it's instantaneous. You feel like you've known each other forever, and you even sense your past lifetime connections. There's a lot of deja vu that plays out between the two of you. And lastly, we have a season. Ask Spirit. Okay. And so with a season coming through, I'm getting a few things with that. For most of you, I feel like this is a brand new person that you haven't met in this life journey yet, okay? I'm going to say probably for like 80-85% of you. But there is a very small percentage where you were with this person for a season and it completely shattered and fell apart. And with that, you would have a very long-term type of separation, because a lot of soul growth will be done within you as well as within that person before Spirit would realign you. Because again, this connection here is very spiritually based, higher frequency energies. It's not about games and nonsense. And you guys have shared many lifetimes before, and so if this is somebody that you reconnect with, it's a whole brand new path in this relationship, in this connection, just because of the amount of time that's passed and the amount of soul growth and evolution that has taken place in both of you. And now for the rest of you, brand new relationship, though you're old souls, and you have this instantaneous connection and familiarity about each other. And you know, one of you may actually be like ending a relationship or not quite over somebody, or going through just, you know, maybe the emotional healing upon meeting. And that might be where you guys just start out as friends and it gradually grows into, you know, romance. It will just be different for each of you. So let's put these up here and we'll pull more about timing as we go through. So the relationship connections oracle, let's see what that has to say about your relationship. And we will also look at your soul contract that the two of you have for this lifetime. So thoughtful, the tender, gentle soul. Hearts reunite, falling in love again. Sweethearts, the honeymoon phase. True love, genuine connection. And selfish love, connection for personal gain. All right. Okay, so those of you that are reconnecting with this person, the first time around, it was no bueno. It was not, neither one of you were as evolved as you are now. So if this is a reconnection, I'm telling you, you guys have had a very long-term separation. I would say, you know, no shorter than a year. This feels more like 3 to 5 years, to be honest with you guys. A lot has changed for you as well as for them. A lot of evolving has taken place, and where the initial connection was around selfish and personal gain, that's no longer even a factor. We're now operating from that star soul chakra when we come back in union. Now, for others of you, this hearts reunite is talking about that instantaneous deja vu feeling with this person upon meeting them, because you have shared many lifetimes together, and the painful, you know, emotional baggage or relationship that is ending for you or for them right before you come in to union is very low vibrational energy, okay? And that dissipates quite quickly, and it's like hearts reunite. When you guys come into union, when you meet each other, there's just nobody else. Like, you're gonna have moments of deja vu, like, we've done this before, you know, it's that intense for you. And, you know, the tender, gentle soul, that's what this person is, okay? This new person, very tender, very gentle. It's like deja vu upon meeting. We're in the honeymoon phase, you know, more than anything else. Like, that is your connection, genuine connection, true love. And that's where you guys communicate and vibe with each other more than in those lower frequency vibrations and experiences. It's like you both have evolved beyond that when you come into this union. So let's pull some tarot. Feminine of ego energy. And that's talking about that right there. Feminine of karmic energy. Two of twin flames. Masculine of twin flames. And six of ego energy. All right. So those of you where Spirit is realigning you, what I see is you both have had a relationship since you guys have been separated, like you guys have been in a relationship with other people. And one of you had a lot of karmic energy to resolve before we could come back into union. And one of you, with the ego here, I feel is what's attached to this card, connection for personal gain. So one of you dated somebody who was definitely more interested in, you know, assets, resources, status, physical attraction. That could have been you or this person, okay? And then the other one of you dated somebody who was a big time karmic because there was some karmic energies to resolve. But no matter what, you guys keep an eye on each other. This is like watching from afar, never too far away because of this connection. So those of you that did separate, this has always remained within both of you. And I feel more like the masculine separated or caused this relationship to break up just because we have the masculine twin flames right there. All right, but you guys had to go through these relationships, through the separation, and once those are fully resolved, here you guys, you know, coming back together and hearts reuniting, and it's a whole different paradigm of connection because you both have evolved greatly and you view each other and your connection and love in general in a much different light. Now, for those of you where this is a brand new person coming into your life, you both had some pretty heavy relationships before meeting each other, and that's what this season energy is about that we picked up on earlier. So what you guys have been through, as tragic or painful as that was in those relationships, it ultimately really balanced your energy and evolved you at the soul so that when you guys do meet and come into union, it's this right here. It's true love from the start, where you made all your mistakes and learned all your lessons in your previous relationships, and now you guys come together in that, you know, type of love that everybody wants. You guys are sweethearts. You guys are true love. Your partner is very thoughtful, very wise, very sensitive soul. So let's take a look at your soul contract for this lifetime. So we have the manifestations mentor. This is more earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So this connection really helps one of you become very strong and independent within their self. Now we have the manifestor. That could be some Aries energy. Next is the Nine of Intuition. Two of Manifestations. And five, the spiritual lessons. Okay, so I do feel, depending on if this is a reconnection, or this is a brand new connection this lifetime, this is a different message. So we'll start with those of you who are reconnecting with this person. It's like one of you had to become very like strong and independent on your own, maybe even financially independent. It's just like lessons being learned in this original connection. Was one of you had a better footing in life over the other, and the relationship was incompatible because of that. And so part of the separation was for one person to really learn how to stand on their own 2 feet and maybe even break some codependency type of behavior. And then the other one, kind of through this connection, it's like learning about the magic of life and energy, and really becoming spiritual, getting out of the mainstream physical 3D understanding of life and reality, and really having this deep spiritual awakening. Okay. And so through this separation, like you guys coming together, this was the original incompatibility. One not very spiritually aware, I should say, and the other one needing to be stronger on their own and more independent. That's what separated. You go into these other connections to help you guys master these lessons, okay? Because then you come back in union, and here you are. You both have grown and evolved quite a bit. And with the 9 of intuition, you guys will feel each other. Like you feel their thoughts and their emotions, whether near or far. You sense them. They sense you. I mean, that's coming out under the 2 of twin flames. And under this masculine, this 2 of manifestations, this is where we come together, and then we have to fall apart and learn some spiritual lessons before we can come back together in this much higher evolved relationship. Okay, so that's for those of you in separation that come back together. And then those of you who this is you meeting for the first time, these are the life lessons that you were working on before this relationship could happen. And, for some of you attracted to this 4th reading, you may be a bit older, like late 30s, 40s, maybe in your 50s or early 60s, okay? Because again, this feels a very mature, wise love. That doesn't mean you can't be in your 20s or early 30s and achieve this, okay? I'm just letting you know the primary energy that I feel is a very mature love. And so those of you meeting this person, you had a lot of life lessons that you had to go through, and some heavy relationships before you could actually come into union with each other, because coming into union with each other is meant to be more of a spiritual experience. And all the previous like emotional baggage and everything that you guys encountered before union kind of dissipates, and you guys come into new form, and your connection is spiritually based, and the things that you're working on are spiritual lessons, and the experiences and the connection you feel for each other is a lot different when this is the primary focus between the 2 of you. And this could be a Taurus, so you guys have really strong earth energy coming into this reading. A Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We do have an Aries with the ego energy here. That could be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and then the karmic energy could speak of again, an earth sign. So you guys have a lot of earth energy coming through in this reading as far as the person that you are going to meet. So let's pull a few more of these. New emotion, falling in love. Tribe, members of the same soul collective. And performance, convincing deception. Yeah, you guys might be, even though, but look at what's very next. Authentic, genuine gem, a rare find. I think because of either what transpired in your original connection, or what you guys have been through in other relationships prior to this union, may cause a little bit of insecurity, but there's no cause for insecurity in this relationship because it's beautiful all the way through. It's connected at the star soul chakra. It's meant to be experienced in higher vibrations of love and connection. It's a soul based. It's not meant to go through like cheating and lying and all those things. Like, there's no worry here. This is an authentic person, a genuine gem, a very rare find. Now, let's see if Spirit will give us any more information about timing for you guys. And I do want to iterate once again, if this is somebody you're separated from that you're going to realign to, you guys have been separated for a while. This is a long-term separation, not a short-term, a year at a minimum. It really feels more like 3 to 5. All right, so we have the finish, sign 1212. Beyond time, sign coins. And understanding, sign Gemini. Okay, so we're getting a few messages here. So the sun goes into Gemini, I believe like May 21st through like June 18th, 19th, 20th. So some of you, you're reconnecting or you're meeting this person during Gemini season. Now over here, the finish, this means you're almost there. So yeah, I do feel for a lot of you, this is like May, June that you meet this person or you reconnect with them. And now for some of you, just because we have the sign as 1212 down here, that's talking about December. Okay, so I say May, June for some of you, and then December for others of you. I know nobody wants to hear December. I'm sorry. But, you know, there's some things that have to be worked out or finished before you come into union. So just be patient with timing. And then with beyond time here, this goes back to the star soul chakra connection. You guys are very special, soulmates, twin flames, however you look at it. And the connection that this reading is talking about, the reunion or the brand new meeting in this lifetime, is meant to be that of love and support and honor, very spiritually based, connected at the heart chakra. It's true. There's no lies. There's no deceptions here. It may have been that way the first time around years ago, but that's not the case. You both have really evolved into different people, always keeping an eye on each other at a distance. And then those of you where this is brand new connection, again, when you meet them, it's like, I've known you before, and you can trust. It is authentic. It might feel like, you know, this is too good to be true, a little scary just after, you know, what you've been through, and same for them, you know, just things that they have been through. But you guys are meant to have spiritually based experiences on higher frequencies in this reading. Well, what's coming through this reading. And I say that for those of you that were together before, because what you had before is not what this is going to be this time around. A lot of soul evolution taking place. Very mature, wise love between two people here. Totally soulmates, meant to be. And I don't see you guys separating again. Okay, those of you that are reuniting, there is no separation. Those of you that are meeting this person for the first time, you're never going to separate, right? You both are in this hermit energy, very wise souls meeting in that space, which is a much different connection than, you know, physical attraction. You'll just, when you get to this, when you reconnect with this person or you meet this person, you'll know exactly what I mean. It's like, I've known you before, like we've done this before, like I swear, you know. And you'll even be like, do I know you? Like, you're just gonna think you know them. Like, there's just this deep sense of familiarity around them for you. But this is the true love that you seek, and this is the person that you are meant to be with. All right, so those are your messages. I'm sending you lots of love and light. Take care.